Hello and welcome to another Inside the Opposition, new feature on the show this season where we're looking at our future opponents, trying to get into how they're feeling about playing us and get to know a bit more about how their season's gone and a bit more about the transfer window and how they think the season's going to progress. And tonight, I'm delighted to be joined by Ellie Killick from Crystal Palace. She's also got Eagle Eye View YouTube channel. So Ellie, how are you? Thanks for coming on.
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Very welcome. Good to have you on. So, interestingly enough, just before we start, I did see your TikTok prediction video earlier on this afternoon, and I did know you had us at rock bottom of the league. So I'll be interested to see if you're still sticking with that later in the show.
Yeah. I'm very
So we'll start off. Obviously, the transfer window has just closed, Ellie. The big story yesterday was Mark Gahey looked as though he's going to be on the verge of leaving, going to Liverpool. You know, you must be absolutely delighted he's decided to stay. And what's your thoughts on the Mark Gahey situation?
I'm absolutely buzzing that he's still a Palace player. I was so nervous yesterday because if we lost him, we would have lost the heart of our team. He's our captain. If you watched the Villa game a few days ago, he was a rock in defence, but also scored an absolute worldie of a goal, proving that he can also provide attacking threat. He's just so important to our team, and losing him would have been devastating.
I think I seen yesterday. He must have thought he was leaving because I think I saw there was a leaked video of him saying goodbye to the fans. I saw that last night, so even he must have thought he was on his way.
Yeah, I feel a bit sorry for him because it must be hard not having a transfer ended that close to the window. But at the same time, he loves Palace. He loves the team, and he will give his all this season. I have no doubt in that. We saw that on Sunday night. So yeah, I'm happy he's with us.
I think as well. I think fair play to him because you'll have seen that the Isak situation and the Wissa situation at Brentford, how them players have conducted themselves. And to be fair to Mark Gay, he's never ever said he wanted to leave, has he? He's never ever come out and said he wanted to be away. So he's
No,
fair play to him for that.
yeah, definitely. There was nothing, even with the Eze situation, there was never any bad blood between us. And yeah, watching Newcastle and Liverpool drama is, yeah, I'm glad we're not involved in that.
Aye, best of outlook. But other transfer business, are you happy with the rest of your business? Obviously, Eze has gone and all that. I mean, are you happy? It must be another big blow for you to lose him, I suppose.
I think we had a poor transfer window. We lost our best player in Eze. Without him, we wouldn't have won the FA Cup, the Caribou Cup, no, the Community Shield, sorry. So yeah, it's a massive blow for us. And there just hasn't been enough ambition from Steve Parish. Um, we haven't signed a replacement. We haven't got enough squad depth. We signed Jeremy Pino,
Yeah.
and he played 2 minutes on Sunday night, and he looked very like a bright spark. So I'm excited to see how he is in the future. But other than that, we haven't really made any big moves, and definitely not what I expected coming off the back of such a strong end to the season. You'd think that we'd want to push on now, but we're not.
And I think as well, with you having European football this season, do you think now the squad is not going to be big enough to cope with the extra games in Europe?
No. So we played Thursday night and then Sunday night, and we had two players go off injured, Adam Wharton and Ismail Sarr. And that's going to happen so much this season because Oliver Glasner wants to play the best team in every game, like, as you should. But it's just, our players just aren't physically fit enough for that. And yeah, he hasn't been given the backing to have a strong team apart from our strong starting 11, which is a shame.
It is. It's very, I mean, like you say, once you've qualified for Europe, you think they would push on. I mean, I don't know if it's true, but I was reading last night that he'd actually threatened to quit if they'd sold Mark Gahey. I don't know if you'd heard that. I mean, that would have been a massive blow.
I wouldn't blame him. Honestly, I wouldn't blame him. He deserves to be treated with so much respect. He's taken our team to a whole new level that no one would have expected us to be here last season. We've won 2 trophies in 4 months. He should be given whatever he wants. But he's just not, and I wouldn't blame him if he left.
I mean, do you think you've got the money to spend as well? I mean, I think Steve Parrish there. I mean, do you have the money for to spend? I'm guessing you will have had.
Yeah, we do. Well, we sold Eddie for 60 million, and then what are we doing with that money? We're meant to be getting a new stadium. That's not happening. So it's like, where is all this money going to? I don't know.
It's a shame. I mean, I know we've spent loads of money this season, but it's frustrating when you've had such a good season last season to then not kick on to push on further. And it will be a shame if you then had a really bad season this season, I think. So I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that you didn't strengthen as much as I thought you would. But obviously, last season must have been a dream for you. Like you say, you won the FA Cup. You then went and won the Charity Shield as well. So being a Palace fan at the minute must be really, really good.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like I said, this time last year, you would never have thought we'd be in this situation. Won 2 trophies in 4 months. You would never have expected that. And we're in Europe, like, that's huge. Like, Crystal Palace, a small team from South London in Europe, is incredible.
It's amazing. I mean, I always enjoy watching you play. To be fair, I think you've always you've got a good attacking side. I like Adam Wharton. I think he's a really good player. I'm surprised he didn't go in the window because I think he's the one with a big reputation. That's probably going to be a big name. Did you lose a centre forward as well? Did Edward leave as well?
Yeah, but I don't think that's a huge loss, to be honest. He didn't really. He was on loan last season to the Scottish League, and he wasn't really much of a loss. But we have Mateta up top, so yeah, he's playing in the goals.
Yeah, I like Matete. He's a big, strong, powerful centre forward. He's exactly what we need, that type of centre forward. But out of the signings, what you've made, who do you think's your best signing? What you've made so far? I know you haven't made many, but who are you excited for to see this season?
Yeah, Pino, definitely. We saw a glimpse of him on Sunday night, and he just looks like he wants to create stuff, getting in good positions, and that's what we need. We need more creative players to give Mateta deliveries, and yeah, I'm excited to see him.
Good stuff. So then, looking ahead to our game the next weekend. So your prediction video, we'll touch on that now. So I've seen that on TikTok, and you did predict us to finish bottom of the league. So after, I don't know when you did that, but after you've seen us spending all this money, which I'm even more surprised about than anybody else, what's your thoughts on Sunderland and spending all that money?
So I filmed that video the day the parade started, but even after you made so many signings, I I just don't think the relegated teams, well, before, not now, but past tense, I didn't think relegated teams were at the same level as the teams already in the Premier League. We've seen so many seasons where it's like a yo-yo effect, where up, down, up, down. So that's why I put them bottom. And obviously they were in the playoffs. They didn't earn it through league position. So that's
Yeah.
why I put them bottom. But now, after 3 weekends, I think you've made a very good start. Obviously, beating West Ham 3-0 is huge. Even, they haven't started amazingly, but that's a big result on the first weekend coming into the Premier League. So yeah, maybe I regret that decision slightly.
But I mean, even us spending all that money doesn't guarantee us staying up. I mean, that we've signed a lot of players and a lot of players who haven't got Premier League experience. And I was signed Granit Xhaka, who I think is an amazing signing for us. But still, it's a lot. It's a big risk and a big gamble because if we do get relegated, we're now left with a big wage bill. But it's just nice to be to be in with a fighting chance of staying up. I think. I didn't expect us to spend that sort of money. I thought we'd play it safe and maybe sign a few players for like 10, 15, 20 million. But to spend the money we have, we are all still in shock, to be fair. I mean, is there any Sunderland players that you like or you would like in your Palace side?
Oh, I haven't really watched too many of your games so far, but your striker, is how do you say his name?
Wilson Isidore.
Yeah, him. He looks good, and he's scored a few goals in the opening 3 matches. So yeah, maybe him to be alongside Edward. Yeah.
Great stuff. I mean, we have signed. I mean, would you have Granit Xhaka? Would Granit Xhaka be one that would appeal to you, or do you think he's too old for your side?
I think he's too old for our side. I think we're looking for a more young midfielder. We have Adam Wooten. Maybe for his experience, but he wouldn't be a starter for us.
Oh, interesting. I thought he would have still getting into most Premier League sides this season, but I suppose, like I say, with your midfield, I think I like Saw, I like Adam Wharton. So you've got a good midfield. I think. I mean, to be fair, you've got a good team. I think it's going to be a really difficult game for us when we come down to your place next week, and I think it's going to be a really really hard game. I was just hoping that you would have a European game before we played you, because I always like to play sides after they've played in Europe. But what's your realistic kind of thoughts for this season? Where do you think Palace will finish based on what you've been saying there about not investing in the squad and the extra games in Europe? Where do you think you'll finish this season?
So in my video, I predicted we would finish 8th. I still think we'll finish 8th. I think we started the season pretty well. 2 draws and a win, pretty decent. But as the season goes on, I do think we'll struggle in terms of squad depth and keeping players fit. I'm not sure if you've seen, but both Morton and Sarah are out for 6 weeks. So they're not going to
Oh,
be, yeah. So they're not even going to
that's
be,
that's that's good news for us.
yeah. But that is a huge play for us. And apparently the club knew that before the transfer window closed. So the fact that we didn't bring in anyone to replace them is very worrying. And I'm just a bit, I don't even know that how we're going to cover them positions in the meantime. It's a bit worrying.
That is really surprising to hear, especially if they're going to be for that long. I mean, was there any deals that fell through yesterday? Were any players that you were linked with that like didn't happen, or you thought you were going to get?
No, there was no. We were using a Brighton defender, but only defenders to replace Mark Daly. There was no like attacking players that we were interested. Oh, the Tottenham midfielder. What's his name? Is he Argentinian?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember his name. But other than that, there was no one.
That's surprising. I mean, I think if Igor from Brighton, I think if he'd gone there, then Mark Gee would have probably been away. So it's probably. I think he went somewhere else. I think he went to a different club, didn't he? He went to West Ham, I think,
I think
the
that's
last minute.
where
So
the Mark Daly deal fell through because we didn't have anyone to replace
right.
him.
So Igor will be one of your favourite players now. He's gone to West Ham. He's saved you from losing Mark Gee, I suppose.
I didn't want him. I didn't want a Brighton player in my team.
No, I can see why. I mean, I'm just pleased for you that he'll stop. I mean, the danger is that you might lose him in the summer for free if you're not going to sign a new contract, which you're going to lose quite a lot of money. But I suppose you just have to wait and see where you end up. I'm guessing.
Yeah, but I think
Right, go
sorry. I think this season
on.
is more important than next season. We need to focus on
Yes.
now, and we're in Europe. We need to capitalise on that while we have the chance. So we need the players.
How far do you think you'll go in Europe? Do you think you'll get quite far in the competition?
I've predicted we're gonna win it. I'm very
Do you?
yeah. I'm really optimistic. I think if Lesnar, well, Yeah, I think there's no focus on that more than the league because it means more. We're not going to finish in the top six. So if we win that, we get into the Europa League. That's our
Yeah.
best chance of getting Europe next season. So yeah,
So would you rather? I'm guessing you would rather win that competition and then finish like bottom half in the Premier League this season.
yeah,
You would take that.
yeah, definitely. It's the highest way to finish 12th, so I wouldn't be surprised if we finish 12th. But if we won the Europa League, that's fine with me.
Well, good luck. I hope you do win. I hope you do win. It'd be nice to see another English team, succeed in Europe. But what's your score predictions and for our game at the next weekend? What's your score predictions?
So I was doing some research before filming this, and the last time we played was in 2017, and you beat us 4-0. So I was like, oh dear. But I'm a little bit scared because of the players we've lost and the way you've started the season. But at the same time, I think we will win, and I'm going to predict 1-0 to Palace.
1-0. I remember that game. If I remember right, I think Jermaine Defoe might have scored a hat trick that day. Or I think
Oh,
Jermaine Defoe definitely scored. So I remember that. I mean, we'll not win 4-0. That's for certain. But I think if we can come to your place and get a draw, I'll be happy because it's always a hard place to go to. Crystal Palace. It's a difficult away game. So if we can come out of there with anything, then I'll be more than happy. So I'm going to go for a 1-1. I'm going to go for a 1-1.
interesting. It's our first game without having Europe before, so we should have fresh legs. And yeah,
So who do you think will come in to replace Wharton and Saw? Have you got any players who come in to replace them, or will it be youth players or
um,
younger players?
sorry.
Will it be younger players or youth players who come in to replace Wharton?
I
Or
I really want to see Romain Esse get
yeah,
some minutes because he's just being wasted on the bench. And even at the start of the season, like against Nottingham Forest and even Aston Villa, I was like saying, please just give him some minutes. Like, why is he just sitting on the bench and you're playing Justin Devaney
yeah,
out of position? Like, Justin Devaney looked so lost in that position, and it's just not fair on him, in my opinion, because that's not his position, and you're just putting him there to cover Eze, leave him. So yeah, I want to see Esse and maybe Devaney in the midfield where he actually should be playing.
I like Devaney. I seen him play a couple of games in the FA Cup last season. He looks really good. He's a really really good prospect. So I like the look of him. He looks decent.
Yeah, when he's used correctly.
That's it. When he's used correctly. Well, Ellie, that's great stuff. So yeah, thank you very much for coming on. Do you want to give your channel a plug? I know you've just started your YouTube channel, have you, not so long ago, but do you want to give your channel a plug and let everyone know where they can find you and what your name is?
I'm just editing it on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm doing a series called Eagle Eye View where I interview fellow Fanalyst members, and I'm interviewing Wayne after this. So head to my channel to see Wayne's views on our upcoming game.
Excellent. I look forward to being on your channel as well. So we're doing that next, which is going to be good. Where you're going to be grilling me on about Sun, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But thanks very much for coming, Ellie.
Thank
Don't
you
forget,
very much.
head across to Ellie Killick on YouTube and TikTok and all social media, and give her a follow and give her a subscribe. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers if we can before end of the season. But as I always say, thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.
Sunderland's where we live and fight with pride.